Now this is Rymer's Stone, and it marks where the Eildon tree used to stand, and it's where a legendary figure from the 1200s called Thomas the Rhymer was tricked by the Queen of the Fairies. She asked him for a kiss, and when he obliged, he was entranced under her spell, and he rode off to the fairy kingdom where he was to serve for 7 years. Now, on the way, he was given a mysterious fruit, and the Queen of the Fairies told him it would grant him a tongue that could never lie, which doesn't sound like much of a reward to me, but he would have to wait to put it to good use, because while he was in the fairy kingdom, he was not to utter a single word, or he would never be allowed to return to the mortal realm. Well, Thomas Rymer in his green clothes was ready to serve, but it seemed just a matter of days before the Queen came to him and said his time was up. Time passes differently in the fairy kingdom. And he returned to the borders, and it turned out that that tongue that couldn't lie meant that anything he said came true. He came out with dozens, if not hundreds, of prophecies, not just in the borders, but as far flung as Aberdeenshire. Many of them have come true. One of them relates to this spot right here. At Eildon tree, if you shall be, a brig o'er the Tweed you there shall see. Now, the Tweed is in quite a dip below the land here, so it wasn't until much, much later, hundreds of years later, when the Leatherfoot Viaduct was built. And suddenly, Thomas Rymer's prophecy, like all the others, had come true.